Hello everyone, Jul here. A few weeks ago, we have talked about some modern turn-based or tactical games that you should play. And today, I want to share some tactical RPGs that, in my opinion, are so unique that all of you need to play this. The uniqueness can come from the themes, gameplay feature, or even the atmosphere. Knowing that it is based on my personal experience, I know that we will have a different opinion about the game choices. And that is why I recommend you to watch this video more like a journey through various tactical RPG references than focusing on the details. Before we dive into the list, I want to share my little secret on how to save your money when it comes to purchasing games, and that is instant gaming. Instant gaming is easily my favorite place to be when I want to buy some games. It has various games for your favorite platforms, whether it's PC, PS5, Xbox, and even Nintendo Switch, and they have lots of amazing deals for you as well. I wish I know this place sooner, cause after looking at these prices, man, maybe I could save a lot of money to buy another whole new PC. So what are you waiting for? All you have to do is just click my link in the description below, start searching for your favorite games, and enter the activation code to your chosen platform. Not only you will save tons of money, but you will also helping me to support this channel. And I'm also happy to tell you that I'm doing another giveaway for game of your choices in instant gaming. If you want to be like this guy who just got Black Myth Wukong for free, well, you better participate before the end of September. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Gladiator Guild Manager is a gladiatorial auto-battler with a twist of management simulation. At its core, it is about building and managing your own gladiator guild, and as an auto-battler, your control during the actual combat is limited. Once you have placed your units and set their priorities using the point system, all that's left to do is watch the chaos unfold. The game also nails the spectacle of gladiatorial combat with a gloriously gory, cartoony aesthetic that makes every battle a visual treat. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor is a standout title that combines the strategic grid-based combat of games like Final Fantasy Tactics with traditional turn-based RPG elements similar to Etrian Odyssey. The strategy RPG elements come into play during the movement and positioning phases, where you maneuver your characters on a grid-based battlefield. And once you engage in combat, the game shifts to a first-person perspective, where battles play out in a more traditional RPG style. Xenonauts is a strategic throwback that pays homage to the original XCOM UFO defense. The game kicks off with the Geoscape, a world map where you establish your base and set up radar stations to monitor UFO activity. But unlike modern XCOM games, which let you cover the globe with advanced satellites, Xenonauts requires you to strategically build and manage multiple bases across different regions. This approach creates a constant feeling of urgency and helplessness as you watch alien incursions happen in areas where your reach is limited. Disgaea 5 is a tactical RPG that embraces the series' trademark mix of strategic depth and over-the-top combat. It sticks to the formula that fans love with its absurd yet highly engaging turn-based battles. The endless cycle of character reincarnation to maximize their potential, powering up gear, and adding new passive abilities ensures that the customization options are nearly limitless. This level of deep ongoing customization is also what makes this Disgaea series so addictive and keeps players coming back for more. Yggdra Union is a tactical RPG that elevates the groundwork set by Riviera, introducing a fusion of real-time strategy elements and card battle mechanics for a more intense, complex experience. The story follows Princess Yggdra of Paltina, who after fleeing her fallen castle, allies with a band of thieves and warriors to reclaim her kingdom. The real highlight of the game is its chaotic battles. The screen becomes a flurry of animated sprites, stats, meters, and dialogue boxes, creating one of the busiest and most visually packed experiences in the genre. Valkyria Chronicles is a tactical game that takes you back to a world inspired by World War II era Europe. Gameplay-wise, the combat is a mix of third-person shooting and strategy. You get to pick which unit to deploy and then move them around the battlefield within the limits of their energy meter. And of course, your tactical choices matter, because bringing certain troops give you more actions during your turn, and taking out key enemy units can reduce the enemy's abilities to move during their turn. Limbus Company is not a game you can just pick up and play without some effort. Its complexity, especially in team building and strategy, might turn off some players, but for those who take the time to understand its mechanics, it's hard to put down. And despite its technical issues on some devices, the game's dark atmosphere, intriguing story, and deep gameplay make it a must-try for fans of strategy titles and Project Moon's unique world. Our Adventurer Guild is a turn-based tactics game that kicks things off with a tutorial that eases players into the basics, guiding a small band of adventurers through missions on a randomized map grid. Combat-wise, it delivers the familiar turn-based tactics on a small grid map with a diverse range of enemies. The characters have various classes and skill sets, along with unique traits that add to the game's replayability. You also need to carefully manage and customize your team to stay on top of the missions. Tactical Bridge Wizards is like a love letter to tactics games for people who think they don't like them, and an exhilarating playground for those who do. Early on, you might think of missions as solvable puzzles, but as you progress, you will find that success often comes from creative thinking and spontaneous problem solving. Whether you're using Zan to gather intel for a mana boost or having Jan ride her broom to seal a reinforcement door, each mission is a chance to craft your own unique solution. Wildermyth is a turn-based tactical RPG where the battles might seem straightforward. However, as you dive deeper into the game, especially with increased difficulty settings, the true depth of its combat system starts to shine through. After each combat encounter, not only do your characters gain experience, but so do the enemies. This is done through a card drawing system that can introduce new, more powerful enemies or enhance the existing ones. This means that as your campaign progresses, the challenges you face can escalate in ways that keep you on your toes. Before we go further, there are some honorable mentions that I also recommended for you to play. First, we have Shadow Gambit. This game might not be the most successful in terms of player base, but the gameplay designs are actually pretty unique if you compare to other tactical RPGs. Rather than your typical Final Fantasy tactics combat, here you're focusing on the stealth mechanics. It has also a great variety of characters, each uniquely equipped to deal with each mission in a different way. Next, I also recommend you to try Vandal Hearts too. I know we all love Final Fantasy Tactics, we are looking for its replacements like forever, and this game actually a good choice if you want some fresh tactical JRPGs. The story is good, soundtracks are memorable, but what I think will hook you the most is the way the combat plays out. Both you and the enemies move at the same time, so you need to be good at predicting future or you will be in trouble. Wartales is a tactical RPG where you lead a mercenary band through a low fantasy realm. Your mission is to manage your troops' needs and capitalize on the turmoil to build power and prestige. The game doesn't dictate how you should achieve this. You are free to choose your path, whether it's through recruitment, crafting, or navigating the perilous world map. The combat strategies are also versatile and can be influenced by factors like unit class, skills, and equipment. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is a game that revolves around its heroes who are central to the game's charm and strategy. With over 100 distinct heroes, each sporting their own name, portrait, and special abilities, the game offers a rich array of options for players. The combat also occurs on a hexagonal grid, which is a shift from the overland map. And while the tactical minigame might not compete with more modern strategy games in terms of visual flair, it holds its own in gameplay and depth. Unicorn Overlord is a game that stands out while drawing inspiration from titles like Ogre Battle and Fire Emblem. The gameplay combines RTS and tactical elements, with units directed to specific points on a segmented map. Each map has goals and generous time limits to prevent frustration, and you can pause the game if needed. Paying attention to your approach is crucial, whether to quickly take out a well-defended enemy or weaken their support first. This tactical decision-making is where Unicorn Overlord shines, with its well-designed game flow providing both thrills and unexpected challenges. Songs of Conquest is a turn-based strategy game that pays homage to the classic Heroes of Might and Magic series. The game is divided into two main phases, exploration and combat. During the exploration phase, you will roam across a richly detailed map, gathering resources, uncovering secrets, and expanding your territory. Much like in traditional 4X strategy games, you will need to strategically navigate the terrain to find valuable resources and hidden treasures. The combat takes place on a hexagonal grid, and the key to victory lies in effectively using the terrain and understanding the unique abilities of your units. Before we look at the number 1, let's hit a quick break with some honorable mentions again. If you love The Legend of King Arthur, this game is definitely a must-try for you. The game's depth might not be the craziest, but it still has a pretty good amount of complexity that it doesn't get boring to test new builds or playstyle. I just like how they combine dark fantasy atmosphere to this legend though, and I would say this is a good example for other developers to create something out of the box. Next, we have Fallout Tactics. To be honest, this game deserves to be on the list, but since the game feels too outdated in terms of gameplay and aesthetics, it makes me hesitate to do it, so I put it here instead. That said, Fallout Tactics is different from the first two original Fallout games, since it focuses on combat more than the RPG elements. The weapon variety is also great compared to the previous entries, so if you can adapt with the outdated aspect, I think you will have a pretty good time. Into the Breach is not your typical tactical RPGs. It is a highly compact chess-like strategy game that combining tactical RPG elements with roguelike mechanics. As simple as it looks like, it is by no means an easy game. While saving the world takes up to an hour after a few runs, the main gameplay loop is trying different strategies with different scenarios and different mechs you unlock by doing achievements. It is a quick, addicting yet challenging game that you really need if you love tactical RPGs. Battle Brothers is a tactical game that offers a rich and engaging turn-based combat experience, where the synergy between your characters and their equipment is crucial for success. In this game, your mercenaries come with various stats such as hit points, resolve, fatigue, and accuracy. However, it's the equipment that truly defines their capabilities. Armor and helmets play a critical role in battle, yet they are not foolproof, since some weapons can bypass armor to deal damage directly to health points. This complexity is what makes Battle Brothers so good, because your tactical prowess will be tested to the absolute limit. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are other great tactical RPG games that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best tactical RPG games that probably deserve the spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace!